as I understand it, we are now live. If you're in the chat, can you please confirm you can hear me and you can hear the music? And whilst we wait for Innes to finish his dinner. So how is everyone doing, by the way? Hope you had a good day. Yeah, just let me know how's your Friday been in the chat. Have you enjoyed it? Has it been good? It's really weird seeing like 4 of me on the other monitor as I monitor the stream health, make sure it's all okay. So if I'm looking that way, that's what's happening. Let me see if I can reorganize slightly. But yeah, so today we're going to be going through a couple of things. Hey, Doug! Doug, can you hear me? Hopefully you can. I'm assuming you can. Oh, YouTube just told me I got a top moment. Doug, you're a top moment, according to YouTube. Losing the will to live, Matty. Yeah, I don't blame you. Jeez. Yeah, so usual kind of channel pre-vlog stuff, going through the lists, going through some Run 1 matchups, seeing how we feel about that. Oh, Innes just messaged me. Awesome. Cool. Right, so Innes is ready now. I'll start a Discord call with him and see how we do. It's gonna be weird. I'm going to see even more of me now. Like at least 5. Hi, Innes.
Hello. I'm going to sort this lighting out a slight amount.
You're positively glowing. Right, you're not. Yes, Discord won't have me and the camera on whilst I'm using it to stream. So what I think I can do is I can just make that full screen. Then hopefully this does not drop the stream.
Yeah, that'll do. Close enough to good.
Hopefully Discord will event. Oh dear.
Probably to be able to see you, to be fair.
It would be good to see me. Yes, I'm just trying to figure out why. Oh yeah, because Discord doesn't like it if you use the same camera.
Yeah, Discord wants you to use one camera. Once you use one camera exactly once.
Yeah. So if I drop this.
Are we live, I take it?
We are live. I'm doing this all live.
Oh, good. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome to the reality of amateur streaming. Not really understanding how OBS works.
Complicated software. I tried using it once and gave up forever.
You know what?
It was about 6 years ago.
We're just going to do this old school.
We're doing it live?
Basically, I'm putting a separate thing with my camera on it over where it should be on Discord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
just turn your camera off on Discord and it'll be fine.
No, like it's working now. It's working fine in the stream.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you won't be able to see me at all.
Well, I'm going to be sitting here painting Tyranid, so I don't really need to look at my computer screen.
Alright, so right now we've got Matty and Doug in the chat. Do you want to say hi to them?
Hello, Doug.
Matty not get a hello? No?
Not until he submits a better description for his application on why we should pick him. I've told him he has to, he's not done it yet, so...
Matty, explain yourself. Right now.
For the banner isn't a good enough reason, unfortunately.
I mean, that's a pretty solid reason.
No, that's why I'm making the team. You guys don't get to use that one. I've already used it.
So, shall we crack on, as this will be going just straight up on the channel after this, so there's not too much waffle at the start.
Isn't the waffle the point?
Doug says that you do love a cheeky Drukhari player, after all. I don't.
Can I get a citation on that one? I don't feel like that's the thing I've ever said. Like, if you've got receipts, like, please feel free. But
yeah, I want sources to the page, including page reference.
yeah, it needs to be in Harvard, otherwise I don't accept it.
Yeah. So, you feeling excited for Sunday?
Oh, definitely. Just as soon as I finish painting to some level of a standard at all, I will feel a lot better. Until then, it's going to be great being the TO with that painted army.
I mean, as long as you're better than Gavin's army, right?
Low bar, but yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my spray painted Chronos are higher standard.
I mean, the nice thing is I get to just say that I get to say they're done and the three colours, because who's going to tell me no? Me? No. But still, I want to like at least have models that don't completely embarrass me to put on the table any more than my models normally do.
Would be good. Would be good. So, do you want to talk through your list? We were going to film this game actually. We had a game on Wednesday, but I didn't have the models built in time. So
Yeah, and I didn't have the models anywhere close to painted enough to be able to differentiate them on the table.
Dog is asking you a question. Didn't Scotland win Best Painted last time? Assuming last time was last ETC.
2018 we did, yeah.
And I think Cromlech loved you after that or something like that. There was something.
Well, I didn't paint my army that year.
So that's the so outsourcing.
I borrowed 100 cultists from Neil Powell and 3 knights from Chris Gent, and that was it. That was my list.
Well, Doug says that you have big shoes to fill with your nids.
I have your nids don't wear shoes, Doug. I feel like you should know that.
I know this. The Swarlord might wear these really fancy.
Hooves, mate. They got hooves.
Yeah, so like no horseshoes.
I'm not painting horseshoes on my models. Like that just feels like an unnecessary amount of effort.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm barely okay with the fact that I have to paint bases.
Yeah. So
how much effort it is to get basing material on the bases of 30 Devil Gaunts. Ugh, nightmare.
That is true. That sounds like hell. So
it was.
So we'll film a game short in the near future with Drukhari and Nids.
Yeah, we'll try and get one in next week or the week after, before Clash of Alba submission, probably.
As we have actual painted armies, because of this weekend.
Painted.
There's paint on the models. We will define it.
Yeah, the models will be more painted. Whether I'm happy to say that my models will be painted is not entirely the same thing.
Yeah, I don't envy you. I mean, I've only got to do 16 models.
So I only have to do 37 more.
Yeah. So, do you want to run us through your list?
Sure. So I am playing a Tyranids army for this event using the new Wars on Octarius rules. I am running a 2 detachment Tyranids list. I have 8 starting CP. I am running a pure Leviathan battalion, which is the Codex Leviathan supplement is the one that the new Tyranids got, and then we also got some generic rules, but most of the good stuff is in High Fleet Leviathan. So I am running the Swarmlord, who is ubiquitous in every Tyranids list. He is the guy that lets you double move, and I'm running a Malanthrope, who lets you get a bubble of -1 to hit. I have got a 16 of Genestealers, 2 3s of Warriors with Lash Rip and Bone Sword, which lets them stand around when they die. They get to just, exist until they activate. A 30 of Termagants with... Yeah, really cool. Because basically they can stand in a position, and then when your opponent goes to consolidate, the models are still there, so they tend to still be the closest unit, which means that you're able to stop things getting like hacks onto objectives or moving into your hard guard and things like that. Very, very useful piece of rules that is. So I got 2 squads of them. They have the Synaptic Link, which is the new thing that Tyranids got, which is like their command phase buff basically. So they both have the bioweapon bond, which is give a unit +1 to hit. Very, very handy. 30 Devil Gaunts, which is Termagants with Devourers, so they're 3 shots each at 18 range. Strength 4, no AP. We have 2 10s of Hormagaunts. We have a Lictor. We have a Maliceptor, who is the beautiful model that nobody has ever seen before. One of these. You'll basically never see one on the table before, unless you're playing in the casual tables, because they really suck. And they still kind of do, but they do something now, which is just she has a Synaptic Link that gives out reroll damage and extra AP on 6s, which is very good with Hive Guard. Then we have Hive Guard, 11 of them, 6 and a 5. One squad, the 6 has Ignore AP 1 and 2. We have, I think that's it for my turret detachment. And then I have a Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor Genestealer Cult detachment with a Magus, with some psychic powers. I think it's Mind Control and Massive Gnosis, and then 3 squads of Acolytes, just bare bones with no hand flamers or anything, because finding 15 points in this list is basically impossible. And yeah, that's it. It's 16 units. It's give up. Doesn't really give up any secondaries. It's like 13 on no prisoners is the worst thing you've got. You're 8 on a bore, 10 on assassinate. Nothing really like too bad. It's to the last are the Hive Guard and the Swarm Lord, which is generally stuff you're going to have alive in games you win anyway. A lot of firepower, a lot of really cool tricks from the new Tyranid rules, like the exploding sixes, being able to make units OBSEC. I used that way more than I thought I was ever going to, and I thought I was going to use it a lot, which should tell you that it's great. Just being able to have the Swarm Lord running around stealing objectives with his functional 18-inch movement is really good.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's honestly, it's like in the game that we had on Wednesday, he held one for like 2 turns with but like because it took so long to kill him.
He just stands around. He doesn't really die very easily in combat. So you get to just kind of win most trades that way, which is really nice. It's just nice to have a thing that can stand on an objective in Tyranids, because we've not really had that before.
And
it's traditionally been a big problem for the faction.
If you're also going to be giving up 13 points in no prisoner, then you're probably lost the game anyway because your army's wiped out. And
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, well,
someone takes
33 of that is Hive Guard, so
yeah, and the Hive Guards, if they're getting shots onto them, or if they're getting succubus into them, then they've done something wrong at some point.
Or they've deployed very aggressively. Like sometimes you just kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of consistency buffs, we got the Stratagem for Exploding Sixes, we got Chapter Master, which is the Swarm Leader Warlord trait, which I have on my Maladrope. We got a redeploy access. Like, there's just a lot more tools in the Tyranid toolbox now. You don't have to rely quite as much on the brute force.
Yeah.
People have been saying, it is still the same 5 data sheets. It's not because we want to use the same 5 data sheets that we've been using for the past 3 years. It's because there are only 5 data sheets in the Tyranid Codex that are worth using in any way, shape, or form. Unfortunately, it didn't really do anything for any of the bad stuff. It just made the stuff we were already using got more consistency.
Maleceptor.
Yeah, the Maleceptor was already kind of fringe because you got a really nice stratagem in Encephalactic Diffusion, which is the start of your opponent's shooting phase. You can pop a -1 to Strength aura for incoming attacks. So she had always seen a little bit of fringe play, like she showed up in the Barbed Hero lists for a while, like the Jormungandr style, where you would have the 1-up save guys with -1 strength, so las cannons are winning them on 4s, and then you get like a 4-up or 5-up save against them. So they definitely she had a place. But she finally got that like last little bit of boost that she's now actually just worth bringing on her own outside of specific lists. And I'm really excited to see how she does it, because she's just very different. She's probably the only new thing, like innovation-wise, that we've had in NIDS for about 4 years. So, like we lost Molochs and we gained the Maleceptor. That's kind of the Tyranid toolbox for the past 6 years.
That sounds rather kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Codex, Genestealers, and Hive Guard, and Hive Tyrants, and that's it. The Swarmlord shows up, and then there's some other stuff that, like, depending on fringe, like Lictor's got a massive boost from the 9th edition changes. Strategic Reserve making Pheromone Trail actually do something was nice, because that stratagem literally didn't do anything before. So
Doug did mention the Dimikero was a thing last year.
Yeah, the Dimikero was a thing for a little bit. That's more a case of Forge World rules not really existing in a way with the core rulebook, because the Tyranid Codex was designed in such a way that none of the things that you can do with it are expected to be used on something as powerful in combat as a Dimikero. So we got reroll wounds in combat, where the best thing you could do that on is the Swarmlord before, and then you give it to a Dimikero. It's just a different ballpark, and it wasn't priced for that. And then because of the fact that it's new rules with an old codex, he got jumped up in points, and now you don't see him. Like, he went up 25 points, functionally useless again.
Yeah.
So it was very much a flash in the pan for the Dimikero, unfortunately.
Well, if anyone has any questions about this list for the chat, just pop
or just Tyranids in general, I do love talking about them.
Pop them in, and I'll pass them over after I go through my list, which is another disgusting Drukhari number, I'm afraid. So
it's just Drukhari bullshit, Drukhari bullshit, Drukhari bullshit. Let's talk about Nids.
we can do an interview stream in the near future if you really want to. Yes.
Then I have to talk about the bad things.
Yeah, you do, and I know it's make you sad.
Well, anyway, Drukhari.
Yeah. Anyway, Drukhari. This is a bit of a different one for me. Normally, I don't stray into the Monstrous Coven stuff, but I decided to try out the Chronos because I'm thinking ahead to Leicester. And side note, at Coventry, the organisers have banned out books that don't have an FAQ yet that have come out. So like things like Book of Rust, which gives you all the Cult of Strife stratagems, won't apply there. So that might
I've
be the
never
case.
been happier.
That might be the case at Leicester. So I may be taking more of the Monkers Coming stuff. And
Honestly, I'm like 90% on just putting it in for this weekend, like on last minute notice.
Oh, please don't. That seems a bit unfair. You had to give me chances of changing my list then.
No.
Anyway.
I mean, I'm not going to because I'd lose all my ninja rolls, but...
Exactly, yeah. You shoot yourself in the foot. Yeah, so it's a triple Drakari patrol number. It's got Black Heart with Court of the Archon. It's an 8-person court with 4 Argo, 3 Sith, and 1 Lamian. Lamian's there just to be a sergeant. Is it?
Well, that's a bit non-traditional. Where's the Medusa? I've seen a lot of Medusa in the standard build, isn't it?
I don't even
normally
know.
4 Lamian, 4 Medusa, isn't that the standard?
No, I think it's the opposite other direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we got an Archon, who is the Master Archon with the Jin Blade and the Ancient Evil Warlord trait. Then we got Cabinet Warriors, who are the Trueborn. For Black Heart, 2 Blasters, 1 the Dark Lance. No extra war gear on them because I didn't want to put the Power Sword and the Phantasm Great Notcher on there because they're 2 of the last are weird in this list anyway. With the unit of 10 Hellions and the 2 units of Kronos taking the to the last.
Yeah, well, once you start running at 230 points, go to Kronos to the last kind of becomes a thing that you're not worrying about with your Trueborn. So
save 10 points.
Yeah.
10 points gets you like 9 models in this army. It's crazy. Then you got Cabinet Warriors with the Blaster, a unit of Incubi with a Demigryph, 5 Mandrakes, 2 Raiders with Crazy Trophies and Dark Lance, 1 Raider with just a Dark Lance. Then into Dark Lancers, Custom Coven, we've got Drazar, who's a Warlord, so he's got his rerolls and is awesome. Then we've got a Hex Rifle in a Rack squad, 2 more Incubi squads with Demigryphs, and then 2 units of Kronos. 1 Spirit Vortex and 1 Spirit Probe in each. Now what that extra war gear does, everyone who doesn't know, is Spirit Vortex is an 18-inch range blast gun, useful against hordes, but also it lets you fire and fade at a longer distance. It's actually in his head, Chris. Find the freaking 10 points, 5 points it is to put that war gear in, because it just gives you a bit more tech.
There's slow models that have flamers. Why not let them be faster if they need to be, right?
Exactly. And then the Spirit Siphon is really good as a Lieutenant Aura for core and characters. So it's
melee only.
Melee only. But it's nice to give like the Gem Blade reroll ones in melee, for example. Or the Succubus, or even the Corns themselves. It's just nice.
That would require Kronos to hit, which we all know never happens.
No, they do hit on 4s in combat, and each squad is 3d6 flamer shots with +1 to wound and damage 2. Then we are into the Cult of Strife a little bit at the end. We got the Succubus running Competitive Edge and the Triptych Whip. So that is basically any time a hit roll anytime an attack does not get to inflict damage stage, you get to reroll that attack. So effectively, there's 20 chances to do damage with the Triptych Whip, and it's disgusting and it's horrible. The only thing that stops it is Theonobanes. So if you pass your vulnerable, I get 1 more attack. If I miss, I get 1 more attack. It's just awesome. Then I got two units of Witches with Hypex. That's movement drugs, so they just got to go fast. They're moving 10, and then a unit of 10 Hellions with the strength drug, and it's just a nice little absolute destroying unit. And yeah, that's the list. It's something.
I'm surprised you went for strength drug with just 1 unit.
I figured with 10 models, I'm getting 31 attacks. That's enough attacks to get through what they need to get through unless you're going into a unit of hordes. And then they're better in the mirror because we're running on 3s into most things. The only thing that would stop them would be things like the Kronos or the Raiders, and the strength is really good if I do face off against a Knight Army, for example, and then that's when they can
all those Knight armies in the meta.
Well, I didn't know what would be what would be coming to Scotland. Scotland could be a bit of a weird place where knights can exist. So yeah, I just thought, hey, I'll bring the strength drug. Also means I can maybe save some CP, not having to use a reroll stratagem to kill when I'm attacking like Primaris Marines. So not winning on 4s rerolling, I'm just winning on 3s.
Fair enough.
Save some CP for more fire and fading with Kronos, keeping them safe. So questions from the chat. Take one for the team, says Matty. No one wants Innis to be playing Nids. Are you suggesting that I take Nids away from Innis? That's a
He's suggesting that you should accept the Call of Strife ban so that I don't get to play Nids.
Yeah, no. I like my competitive edge. It's too much fun.
How else is Chris going to come third?
I mean, that competitive edge succubus did bad things to your Hive Guard on Wednesday.
Yeah, but that's only because my Hive Guard forgot how to do damage.
Yeah, TLDR, in the South Dakota Raider, Succubus came out the Raider and minced Hive Guard.
I believe I failed. With all the consistency buffs, Hive Guard still crapped the bed.
Yeah, this is the one with rerolls and stuff, wasn't it?
It had rerolls to hit and exploding sixes and reroll damage.
And it did 3 wounds to that Raider, I think.
3 wounds, yep, with 16 shots. Average, mate. Average.
Doug says Chronos aren't that slow. They move 8 and then fly and they advance a charge.
Yeah, but that's still pretty slow.
The Siphons are the.
Sorry, give me 1 second, Chris.
No worries. Can't remember if Siphons are the Flamers or not. What exactly the word gear is, but the Flamers are why you take them. The melee. Oh. We have a surprise guest. Apparently, I don't know quite who this is, but yeah. So let you know what I think of my list and how you think I would do.
Bullshit, Takari crap. But Chronos are kind of slow because they tend to
they're slower
have to deploy a lot more defensively than the rest of the stuff in the army does, which means that they don't get to position quite as much, Doug. So because they're generally stuck like deploying behind a wall or near dense terrain and stuff like that, so that they can stay safe, because they are resilient in the fact that they have 21 wounds with a 5 of Feel No Pain, but they're not actually like anything that's like AP3 or AP4 puts them down to their 6 up invulnerable save, so you can put a lot of damage on them pretty quickly if they're just standing around. It's kind of like Scarabacle Terminators, where they're resilient as long as you manage what's hitting them. The second that you just start letting everything go into them, they do go away. So you kind of have to. They're slow in the way you play them tends to be slow until it isn't. And having that fire and fade lets them like jump between terrain and stuff like that they might not get to otherwise.
And also don't forget that they don't go through walls in the charge phase. They only do that in the move phase, and that's.
They do not. It's not that you can charge if you fire and fade.
No, but if you're advancing and stuff like that, you need to get round buildings and stuff as well, and or you to skip the building in the movement phase, which isn't always possible, sometimes you just don't get the advance roll. So they are slower when you compare them to the hyper mobility that the Drukhari infantry have.
Yeah, they're no Reavers.
They're no Reavers. They're no Hellions. They're not even. They're barely faster than an Incubi. Not really, because they go in Raiders and they get +3 moves. They're movement 10 in the first turn that they jump out effectively. So it's same but different. So you've got so we all have our own 1 matchups. How are you feeling about your run 1 in this? What are you playing against?
So I'm playing against Chris Kelly and his Salamanders. I believe it's only 2 Dreadnoughts, but it's a lot of it's like Vulcan Hestan, a couple of squads of Eradicators and Aggressors, a squad of Blade Guard, that kind of thing. So it's interesting. It's kind of
no Eradicators.
I'm pretty sure he has a block of Eradicators. It might be a block of multi-battle attack bikes, actually, now that I think about it.
They might be attack bikes, so I'll just run through the list. So Salamanders, it's pure
Sounds
Salamanders. So they've got a Chaplain on bike with Visor, Obsidian Aquila,
which is 6 of Film the Pain Bubble.
Yeah, Never Give Up, which I think is actual.
Target Obsec.
Target Obsec. Then Litany of Hate, Precision of Focus, and Canticle of Fate.
Also to hit and charge you thing.
Also Master of Sanctity. Then you've got Volcanistan. What does Volcanistan do in this?
He is a 3 of Invulnerable Save Space Marine character that has Morven Val buff, but only for Melta and Flamer weapons.
Nice.
So he picks a unit to reroll to hit and wound with Flamers. Or Meltas.
2 units of 5 Assault Intercessors, a unit of 5 Incursors, 6 Aggressors with the Flamestorm Gauntlets, obviously.
Shocking.
5 Blade Guard, Veterans, 1 Relic Contemptor with a Volkite, no Top Hat. Then 3 Attack Bikes and Multi-Melta, 4 Inceptors with the Plasma Guns, I like that. You better be overcharging that every single time. Otherwise,
yeah, that's an orc bug. That's an anti-orc buggies thing.
Yeah. Then you got 5 Devastators with 4 Multi-Meltas and the Cherub, and you got sort of eliminators with the carbine or the sergeant, a drop pod, and an impulsor.
Yeah, no land speeder storms. Sad times for
no speeder
sad
storms.
times.
Yeah.
Sad times, missing the best unit of the Space Marine Codex. No servitors and no land speeder storms. He's missed the 2 best units in this faction.
Yeah.
What a shame.
And they're barely even Space Marines.
Shocking, isn't it?
Well, actually, one of them isn't technically Space Marines. One of them servitors.
Oh, one servitor and 1 scout. So
yeah. But yeah, no, I do like that. This is very fluffy salamanders, I think, with a bunch of Blade Guards up into the battlefield supported by aggressors.
It's kind of like generic grab bag good stuff salamanders.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of everything. He's got a tool in his arsenal for everything. It's just whether he can deliver them at the right times or whether his opponents cannot interact with them. I don't think I should have too many problems with it. It's kind of got nothing to interact with Hiveguard besides stuff that's coming in from reserve. So I'm not really like under any threat in this game.
So
I don't remember what mission 1 is.
Mission 1 is surround and destroy.
So Dawn of War deployment, which is probably really bad for him as well.
Yeah, as long as you don't get the drop pod with Devastators getting isolated in your Hiveguard turn 1, if he goes
which
first.
I can functionally allow to never happen.
Oh yeah, but as long as that happens, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Obviously, at Space Marines, there's always like transhuman 4-up save spikes, 4-up to win for transhuman spikes. So I would never count him out, and that Volkite Conductor can do a lot of damage. But I think I have the tools to take the game. New Tyranids have a lot of tools to deal with.
You can also be giving for your Devil God Bomb. You can give them a 1-up save if they're in cover.
Yeah, but I mean they have no AP anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, but if you put this AP and 6s on them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that normally lives elsewhere.
If he's ever worried about losing like the 1 or 2 of the surviving aggressors, something like that, it could be worth it.
The main thing is that it doesn't have any way to advance and charge, so it has no extended throw range. He doesn't have anything like Vanguard Veterans.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a Land Speeder Storm that can like jump over and attack me. So as long as I don't let the attack bikes like sneak around, there's nothing that's really going to be threatening me. Maybe Inceptors, but even then I'm not that scared of Inceptors.
Yeah. So pretty happy with run 1 overall.
Yeah, I can't complain. It's like a fairly average list. Like you would never be like super happy about pulling a Space Marines list in an event, but you're never super upset about it because well, it's Space Marines. They're the benchmark, right? So if you're annoyed at drawing Space Marines, then you probably built your list badly.
Yeah, if you can't handle Space Marines, you need to rethink.
Yeah, if you don't at least have a game into most Marine archetypes, you should probably like reconsider how you're building lists.
Yeah. So I'm up against Brian Sepp, and he is. I think this is going to be a much more harder, a much more closely.
Yeah, you've drawn a slightly rougher round 1.
Yeah. So it's orcs. Matty, correct me if I get anything wrong here, as you're a filthy orc player as well. So we got Freebooters Patrol with the War Boss, and he's got Brutal but Cunning and the Killer Claw.
Head of Edge and punchy big thing.
And it's it's basically my succubus but an orc.
Yep, and he is a truck boy.
He's a truck
which
boy.
means that he can get out of a truck and charge.
Yep. And then you got 10 boys who with a bunch of sluggers, choppers. Nob's got 2 choppers. Also truck boys. Note that should be. I'm still viewing the old version of this for whatever reason. This is not legal. Brian did swap around a couple of things to make sure there wasn't multiple specialist mobs.
Yeah, I have no idea why Chris is getting out like the cached version of the list, but
yeah, but like I've already chatted through this and it's all fine. He's a teal. So we got 2 rocket trucks, quick buggies, another 2 rocket trucks, quick buggies, a Wazball blaster jet with teleporter, mega blasters, and blaster force field jet things. Orcs.
2d6 shot Cognis las cannons.
Yeah, and then another one without the force field. So basically, it's got a KFF on a plane. So it's just going to be giving all.
It's a KFF that only works on aircraft.
Yeah, so both of these will have a 5-up until invulnerable save till I get rid of them. Then we got another Freebooters, but this one is an Outrider, Death Killer War Trike, who's a junk boss with a Bad Skull Banner. Bad Skull Banner, I think, turns off OBSEC.
It does.
And junk boss, I'm not sure what that does. I think it's -1 damage taken or something along those lines.
Not a clue.
Matty.
I've not heard of it, so it's probably bad.
Person, chat, go. Drunk boss, what do? Then we got 3 war bikers with some choppers. That's 3 units of war bikers. And then we got another rocket truck squig buggy. This time it has nitro squigs. I don't know what nitro squigs does.
+1 to wound.
+1 to wound. It's a 4++, Maddie says. So he's a def killer war trike with a 4 vulnerable. He is also the warlord, so he can be calling this a speedwa, I think it is.
Yep, which is +1 shot on dark weapons, advantage shoot assault weapons with no penalty, and +1 AP for both turns.
Yep. Then we've
Kind
got
of a lot.
Deskow's Patrol. So we got a Beast Apostle and Squigosaur, who's hard as nails, and a B-side Mantle, so that's -1 damage taken. Or is it halved?
No, they're natively -1 damage.
-1 damage taken. I think one's a Feel No Pain. I think it is.
It might be a 4-up Feel No Pain when in combat with
It's a
monsters
5-up
using
Feel No
characters.
Pain. 5
Oh, just the generic 5-up Feel No Pain. Cool. Half to just the
And what's B-side Mantle, Matty?
That is I think that's the half damage. No, that half damage you think is infantry only. No idea.
Maddie was that in a second.
Probably
Why-
a 4-up pinball.
Why have Wahapedia when you have Matty? Then we got 10 more boys who are also truck boys, 2 commander squads, 2 stormboy squads, and 2 trucks. And they are all death skulls, which means they're all OBSEC, I believe.
Yeah, except the truck boys,
Except
who
truck
are
boys.
if they're troop. But
And
it's not knobs, Matty. Yeah, Matty's the one with the knobs, so yeah.
yeah, it's nice for the commanders and the storm boys. And the freebooters, if anyone doesn't know, B-side is the 5+++. So what's hard as nails in Matty. So freebooters, if you don't know, once a freebooters unit kills a unit in a phase, be it shooting or fighting, they will get +1 to hit, army wide. Just
And
do
that
it.
stacks, so you get
Yeah.
it every time you kill a unit. It's another +1.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. -1 to wound. That's what hard nails is. -1 to wound.
I was looking at someone Sean Naden posted about his game in SoCal Open last weekend, and he said that on turn 1, the freeboot his free opponent's Logan had got it up to +14 to hit.
Brian, do not do this to me. Do not do this to me, Brian. Please, I beg you. Yeah, so as I said, we're playing Starn and Destroy. It's a mission where you can sit back and play defensively and just fight in the middle. But I think if I do that, I'm just going to get shot by 5 fucking hot squig buggies all game. And it's
You're
not
gonna get that. That's gonna happen anyway. So
Yes, but if I get in his face, then ha 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 ha. But no, I don't know. I don't know how this game is going to go. It all depends on Brian. He's going to be the one dictating the game. I feel. I need to have a plan for whatever he does, and I'm still working.
wing
on
it,
that.
mate.
Exactly. Just if in doubt, just go kill them, right?
If in doubt, just play better than them.
I mean, why hasn't anyone thought of this before? You know, just go kill the orcs rather than getting killed by them. It's so simple.
I've beaten them twice with Dread Knights. That's how I did it.
Yeah, but also, you know, Grey Knights are very good into orcs, aren't they?
Nah, I don't know. It felt kind of even.
So, what are your hopes for the event? One is a TO, you know, and also two is you're going there as a player.
As TO, I want everybody to have a good time except Chris, who I want to get absolutely smashed by orcs 3 games in a row. As a player, I want to smash Chris.
But you're not playing orcs.
No, but I can. I don't need to smash you physically, just mentally.
Fair. I mean, I'm also driving you home, so don't break me down too much, so you can still get home.
I can figure it out. It'd be worth it. Genuinely, my hope for the event is that everybody has a good time, that we can, this is the last event I have booked on the calendar at the moment. I am free and clear after this from TOing obligations for a while,
Okay,
which
yeah.
is going to be nice. So yeah, I want everybody to have a good time. I want, a smooth event with, no foul play, all that good stuff. And I want to get everybody to get some good practice, because we have the Team Scotland rankings closing on the Sunday, so which is when the event is being held. So it'll be good to just get that that last bit of information from everybody.
Yeah. So for me, my goal is to ensure that I just don't lose 3 games with Kronos. Effectively, I still don't really know what I'm doing with them. As it's a very different style of play to what I'm used to with the army. I'm definitely wanting to go at least 2-1. But my main goal is a bit of a silly one, but it's all fun and games, tongue in cheek. Is Dave Murray is just below me in the rankings, and if he finishes within 3 paces of me, he would jump me in the rankings by 1 spot.
My main goal is to blow up there. Like I
So-
don't know nobody.
So what I want to do is not let that happen and just finish 4 places above Dave. Dave, however, has a much nicer round 1, and I've got a mountain to climb, but I've got the broken army.
Well,
so let's
what's
see.
Dave playing?
Dave? I think is running white scars, isn't he?
Well, come on, we got time.
Dave Murray.
Talk us through your competition.
So is a white scars? I think it is pure white scars. We've got Kasaro.
Yep.
We've got Kasaro Khan, a preparative lieutenant with hero with the rights of war and Vox Spiritum as a 9-inch order of OBSEC. Then we got 5 infiltrators, 5 incursors, 5 intercessors with the Autobot rifles, 4 blade guard, a redemptor with the usual loadout, and our contemptor with the Volkite and the missile launcher, 4 servitors, 10 Vanguard veterans with lightning claws, storm shields, 10 more of those, 2 speeder storms. Then we got some no force organization slots, so we got 2 company veterans with lightning claws, storm shield, an apothecary with selfless healer, and Prims the Plane Runner. Then we got a company champion with the Imperium Sword, and Chigorian Storm, and Bayo Triumph. So I think this is a very killy character. I don't know quite
He
the
is
details of it.
7 to 9 attacks at strength 8 minus 4 damage 4 in Assault Doctrine.
It's nasty, basically.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and he's
Pretty
really
damn
good
punchy.
against characters as well. He fights first against characters, I believe.
Fights first and rerolls the hit and wound.
So not something I want to be putting in many of my characters into. I would rather just drown him with attacks, because I think he's also got a combat shield or something, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah, he's 2 up 5. He's 2 up armor, 5 up invulnerable.
Yeah. And of course, there's a character, and you got a bodyguard in this, so can't do much about that. He'll come to me basically, effectively. So that's my competition, effectively. It's a good list.
What's your prediction for his place and your place? Where is he coming 4 places below you from?
I want to come 3rd. He's going to come 7th.
7th. So top of the 2 and 1 bracket ish for Dave, you reckon?
No, he can go 3-0 just for being 7th place.
He can't with 5 really. If he's good, unless he's getting like 10-point win, 11-point wins, I doubt.
Maybe I just idiot savant the whole weekend and get 1st, and then he can come 4th. I'll allow that.
Maybe you do. Based on the poll that I've said, I don't think anybody predicted you to come out anywhere close to 1st. But
So what are the results of the poll? Why don't you tell us?
last I looked at it, it was one result from aren't we all winning if we're playing 40k was one of the 3 options that was picked once, and then I believe it was Simon 7 times and myself 7 times,
So,
with Dave Brown responding twice.
did he vote for you each once? Did he?
I actually don't know. I just kind of assumed that his was the one that was making up the difference, but it might be 6-8 one way, 6-8 one way the other.
Yeah. Well, that's all interesting. Do you think you'll be able to beat out Simon for the first place?
Sure, why not? It's only Simon. He's only English.
An imposter.
I don't know, man. I took the training weights off. I spent all those events last couple of months playing like soft army, so you guys could all have some fun, get some experience. No more.
So the gloves are off now, are they?
Yeah, they were never on. They were just I don't wear gloves. Gloves are kind of not my thing. But I'm definitely not here to boost your egos anymore.
Oh, but I like that. Matty, how are you feeling about your run one against Adam, if you're still here?
So Matty is playing much more of a truck knobs focused works list.
It's
A lot lighter on the buggies and stuff like that. I think he still has a couple just to keep people honest with the indirect and things like that, but it's a lot more A lot more nuance to build.
He's going to be running at a lot of people, exactly 3 people, and hitting them very hard, and then seeing if he can win the game.
Hoping that that's enough, yeah.
Unfortunately, bounced against me in the practice games that we had, but I know Maddie's refined his list since then to bring in more dangerous elements in there. But yeah, so hopefully Matty will respond. He's against Adam Skinner. Adam Skinner is Craftworld and
Oh, that'll be a good game.
Yeah. I think as long as Maddie can pop open the transports to get into them, I think, right? Going to charge him turn 1 and then either get 20 or get 20'd. Sounds like
that is the orc way, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so Adam Skinner's list is Shadow Seer, Troop Master, usual kind of suspects there. Then there's 5 squads of troops with Future Pistols and Harlequin Embraces. 2 squads of 3 Skyweavers, usual setup. 5 Starweavers. Then he's got Craftworld, Esper Crafters, Masterful Shots, Spirit Seer, 2 War Spiders, and 3 units of Dark Reapers. Well, I should mention that the Harlequin is
standard Eldar bullshit.
Is Soaring
Spike. Wow, yeah. I'm fucking prescient.
Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
Alright. Since we've done the broad strokes, without going like super in depth on all the lists, what are 3 other lists to watch at the event? What should people who are coming around, what 3 other players should people be watching out for? And we can broad strokes our lists.
I think you can't ignore Simon. Simon is the second best player in Scotland right now, after yourself, and he's running.
You said it.
He's running the same list as I am, effectively.
Yeah, who copied who?
He did. He copied me, definitely. 100%.
Did he? So I have these binoculars that I found in your garage. Say that had a notepad. It said Simon's bedroom notes.
Hey, that's something else entirely. Oh, Maddie said he's never beaten my custodes, but he's never lost to my orcs.
This is Adam.
This is Adam, yeah. Yeah, so Simon, yeah.
So Simon, another Kronos list. Another player, very much a player to watch.
Who else? Because it's 3 rounds, I think Callum Purdy with his Emperor's Children could, if he gets the right path to victory type situation, could go and score very highly at this event. That list can just pick up armies. I think it's so damaging with the triple contemptors, and then you got the Dread Claws with the Chosen popping out, and then the Noise Marines popping out. It's just, and then the Terminators coming from Deep Strike. It's a very in your face and plays the coin flip meta well, I think.
I'll give mine to. We have no AdMech at the event, which is
AdMech. So who's yours?
So happy. I'll give mine shout out to Lawrence Martin and Stephen Burns, who are both playing Dread Knights. Nice. I think people are sleeping on the fact that both of them could very much make a good run.
Yep. Yeah, Dread Knights. So you played it.
I think it's one's a 5 Dread Knight list and one's a 6 Dread Knight list. I don't care enough. They're not that interesting to read.
So what makes a Dread Knight so dangerous?
Well, do you know how Knight Crusaders are really good because they do everything?
Yeah.
Okay, what if they were a third the price and also strikers?
That is not so fun.
Yeah, that's Dread Knight.
Yeah, so they're what, 18 wounds, 2 up, 4 up, something like that?
No, they're 13 wounds, 2 up, 4 up, D6. They have 18 shots at various strengths, APs, and damages. They're good in combat. They're psychers. They can teleport. Like they're not really bad at anything.
Stat template, and the fact that you can spam out up to 6 of them with the Grandmaster variant of them as well, which is a character who gives up rerolls to hit to either himself or one of the Dread Knights. It's just
he can't give rerolls to hit himself. He's not core.
I thought his core character his rerolls.
No, that's Drago's.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah, Drago's the only way you can get core character. What you can do is you can run Prescient Brethren and then give one of them reroll 1 to hit and wound for a CP, which is very good. But yeah, it's not. They don't buff themselves.
So what's one more?
But, I mean, they hit on 2s, so who cares?
So what's one more one more template you want to quickly just touch on that sticks out in your head?
Oh gosh, put me on the spot. For having looked at all the lists, literally, I can't remember a single list.
Oh, how about you,
oh,
Matty?
yes,
God,
Paul Metcalf's list, Chris. I feel like you should dramatize reading this one.
dramatize reading it. Oh dear. Okay, right.
Paul Metcalf's, you'll love it.
Okay. Oh yes, this list. This list is amazing and I love it to bits. So, it has 4 models in it. I'm not kidding. 4 models. We've got
All
an
he
Imperial Fist super heavy Ox attachment. It's a Thunderhawk gunship, 800 points model. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I'm so proud of.
Also
I'm
one
so
of the
proud.
rarest models, if I'm correct in thinking that.
That's the metal one. The resin one isn't like rare at all. It's just in regular production.
Then we've got a Krast attachment of knights with 3 knight gallants. One of them is a warlord with armor of Sainted Ion. One has got the Paragon Gauntlet, and one has got a Lance Strider and Sanctuary. So one knight has got 2 of armor save. One knight punches really, really well, and
Which 8.
Hmm?
Yeah, 8.
Yep. And one of them will give all knights, including itself, plus 2 advantage charge, and Sanctuary, which I think is a 4 vulnerable.
5 more was saving combat.
5 more was in combat. Yeah.
Which, as an Imperial Knight, you can rotate Iron Shields on.
It is nasty, and yeah, I really want to see that list just walk across staple and punch someone.
Well, he's playing Death Guard round 1, so if there's any faction that could find a way to lose to that,
I mean, knights.
it's chaos.
Knights can give issues to Dark Elder if they don't play them properly. They're just too squishy.
Yeah, it's that Thunderhawk's gonna be. The problem is it's all combat knights, right? He doesn't have any guns other than the Thunderhawk. So
The Thunderhawk is the guns that I think the knights have like a flamer or something just as a token.
1 heavy stubber.
1 whole heavy stubber. So
Yep.
that's 3 shots, probably hitting on 4s because it's a gallant.
No, they hit on 3s. They're still knights.
Did they hit on 2s in combat or something?
Yeah, they get +1 attack and +1 weapon skill for being gallants.
So yes, that list is a chief. So where do you think that list will finish in this?
I'd be surprised if it scored more than 8 victory points all weekend.
18.
8
8
victory points. Yeah.
Oof.
Like 8 tournament points.
8 tournament points. Yeah, I was about to say 8 victory points.
Yeah.
Doesn't he get 30 for turning up? But yeah.
Yeah, I reckon Paul will struggle, but that's not why Paul's here. So.
No, Paul's gonna have a great time. He's gonna have a great ass. People are gonna look at his amazing models, and it's gonna be.
And he didn't have to learn the rules of like anything.
No, he's just there to roll dice. He's just gonna roll 6s. You know, that's all he's gonna do. He's gonna have every knight detonate every game, and then
Only if he wants them to. Paul is a jammy get.
Anyway, should we wrap it up there?
Sure.
We've been going for about an hour. Any last questions from the chat? I'm not sure how many we got here. It might just be Matty. If so, Matty, personal coaching section.
Matty, beat Adam for me, it'll be really funny.
Yeah.
Or lose to Adam, it'll be really funny. Just don't draw. Drawing is boring.
Yeah. Also, it makes it really complicated to work out who's doing what next before it does the next round.
Yeah, I like that though.
Mind you, Dave's gonna either win 20-0, draw 10-10, or lose 20-0 because it's Dave. It is the law of Dave. You can only score models of 10.
No, he broke that one. He got a bunch of 16s at Battle Brown.
Matty's gonna get that 20 or be timed out.
How are you gonna time out, Matty?
Matty, your stuff's gonna die turn 1 when you put it out, and then it will just die.
This Dark Reaper's gonna like table you.
Yeah, they're gonna do bad things. Mind you, they're only strength 4 and he's toughness 5, so that's not nice.
I'll be fine.
Right.
Just roll 5s. Just roll 5s.
Anyway, is there anything you want to plug?
The bar.
Go follow Team Scotland on Facebook. I'll edit the description to have a link down in the description on the Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter as well. Anything else?
If you want to follow along with the event, it is closed ranks. It is on Best Coast Pairings. Placings will be available for all weekend. You should be able to see the list until Sunday night when the event closes, and BCP lock them for non-subscribers. Feel free to drop me a line if you want to see a list after the fact or something like that. Not too many of you, but if like 2 of you do, then I'll better respond. After that, sorry, I'm bored.
Yeah, this is not your personal list retrieval machine.
No, but if you message Chris, he'll do it.
I might do.
Because Chris is desperate for attention.
All the time. That's why
If you prove that you're subscribed to the channel, Chris will get any list from you for BCP.
Yeah, if you like and subscribe to this video, you get one whole list from BCP. That's how I'm gonna grow this channel.
There you go. Chris will do that.
Yep. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this live stream,
Hit that bell button.
Hit the bell button. Share it with all your friends and family. I'm sure they'd love to hear Innes and I drone on about 40k for an hour. And thanks.
If your grandmother hasn't liked it, we will be under her bed.
I think that's a you thing, mate.
No, it's on your channel. You said it.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did. Chris just said, if you don't like my videos, I'll be under your bed.
I'm going to end it here before I get committed further. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. Thank you very much for watching.